any less important. Time to put on my game face and do what I do. Win games.
That's a bad game face. What? Hold on, Kai. Playing against the Spurs. Layup God, Tony Parker. Like Steph Curry is the king of threes, Tony Parker's the king of layups.
In the last meeting for these two teams, the Spurs came away with the win against the Hornets.
And we've talked about how in the NBA you've got to earn your points.
Cody Zeller's checked in for Jefferson, and Freak subbed in for Jeremy Lamb. On the court for San Antonio, defensive-minded Green and Leonard are the wings. Then there's LaMarcus Aldridge. Then it's Tony Parker. Walker the pass to Freak. Shoots from the high post. The shot misses. San Antonio's gone, just 1 of 4 from three-point range here in the first.
And one thing that everybody loves about Coach Pop is his frankness. You get a taste of it in interviews, but he's as honest and straightforward with you as he is with anybody else.
Just 5 on the clock. Here's Parker, and he hits it to tie the game up.
Not an easy finish right there, but a beautiful move to give himself just enough space to get in close and knock it down.
Batum against Parker. Kicks it to Freak. A tad short, but it's good off the front.
Yes.
Charlotte, their last
I made a shot and I'm out of. Oh, Bex's.
We're able to overcome what was a really poor shooting night, and you're not going to be able to win with a percentage as low as theirs that often unless you defend.
No style points earned for sure, Greg, in that game, but they did hit the big shots when they needed them. And oftentimes, it's not what you do as much as when you do it.
Move the ball. Stick it to him.
Walker against Leonard. Pass to Freak. Expanding his range. The shot will not go. And San Antonio will go the other way with it. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of the Warriors.
Yeah, foul trouble early on, I thought, set the tone in that game, and it just made it difficult for them to get over the hump.
Yeah, it really got them out of sync, and that hurt them big time. Forced them to go much deeper into their bench than they would have liked to.
And the foul called on Daniel Green. That is his first foul of the game.
And you can see he just didn't get squared up with his feet.
Greg, those are always tough to judge, but I think the official got that one right.
Kid Gilchrist, he's checked in for Charlotte. Jeremy Lin comes in for Kemba Walker. The Spurs also changing it up. David West, he's checked in for Aldridge. Ginobili comes in for Green, and it's Mills in for Tony Parker. To the wing right side, and a wide open look for Freak. Cans it from downtown. Freak's got 5.
Watch out.
Spurs trail by 5. Clark David struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a little bit of cotton mouth here. Dry spell for sure.
That sounds nasty.
Now here's Mills, defended by Lin. West a screen on Lin, and Mills kicks it to West, and that one's good.
You know, they've scored several times already here in the first quarter down low. I like that.
It's like a running game in football. When you can pound the basketball inside, it also allows you to control the team's transition.
Lin dishes to Freak. Back to Lin. Fires for 3. No good. West with some nice D. Ginobili against Kid Gilchrist. The tray. Here's Marjanovic. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
Really, the defense is helpless to stop a layup right there. Just too much of an advantage in terms of the mismatch.
There's a screen by Williams. Leonard with the steal.
See, he passed to me.
Now here's Mills. He's covered by Kid Gilchrist. Oh, and it looks like that's going to be a goaltending call. Yep, that's it. So they'll get the basket.
Bruh.
In for Charlotte. Freak comes in for Lee. Spurs leading by 7.
And the Spurs last season became the first franchise to hire a female assistant coach. A big step, not just for the Spurs, but really for all of the NBA.
Freak in at shooting guard. Zeller is out there with Marvin Williams. There's Jeremy Lamb, and it's Lynn in at the 1. So that's the lineup for Charlotte. And Doris Burke has a report for us from the sideline.
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the Nuggets was superb. He ended with 14 points, and he was a foul magnet, doing a lot of his damage at the free throw line. This was just the game he wanted to have as he leads his team to the playoffs. You want to be hot late, Kevin.
Thank you, Doris. He was the player they leaned on that night. He didn't disappoint them.
Not at all. Came through in a big way. Whatever they needed from him, he was able to deliver.
Well, I think he actually gave them a little more than what they needed. Terrific all-around effort.
Ginobili with the steal. In transition, here comes San Antonio. Mills has got the ball. And Leonard gets it to go. Well, as Greg was just talking about, the assistant that was hired was Becky Hammon, a phenomenal player for a very long time in the WNBA. And Clark, you know, you and I were talking about this before. She was a perfect candidate to become the first full-time female assistant.
Yeah, I agree with you, and it might not seem like that big a deal to some, but this was a big-time barrier breaker that the Spurs pulled off.
And that's right where they wanted to go with the ball in rhythm.
Clock management, this is where they can get a 2-for-1.
And Kevin, every opportunity counts.
Over in the corner, Diaw. Up again. It's good on the putback. Leonard's got the lead up to 7 now for the Spurs.
Yeah, they've gone away from the triple as they look to protect this lead.
Yeah, you know, sometimes that can be a mistake, but they weren't shooting it especially well early on, so I think it makes sense to shy away from the triple.
Freak kicks to Lamb. Williams has a screen for Lamb. Charlotte gets it back, and a wide open look for Lynn. Great look there, but off target.
You know what? You just cannot get much better of a look than that one.
Exactly. I mean, no way you expect him to miss that shot.
And the teams are going to have to wait before heading to the locker room. They're going to bring out the monitor. And
Did you say no way to expect he won't make that shot? There's no way. You can make half-court shots all the time.
Now the second half about to start up and begin any moment. So a whole new group on the floor now for Charlotte. On the court for San Antonio. Manu and Kawhi filling out the perimeter. Then it's Mills. Then there's West.
And for David West last season, the thought was he might increase his production with Paul George out, but the opposite happened. West suffered his lowest scoring output in a decade. Only 12 points per game on 47% shooting. Rough showing for the former All-Star.
Hornets trail by 10. Pick by Zeller. In the pass to Zeller.
Then the pass to Fred.
Now here's Freak. He's covered by Ginobili.
Come on, Ginobili.
5 on the clock. Here's Freak. Yes. And a nice assist from Lynn.
Yeah.
That's 7 points for Freak. Spurs leading by 8.
4 more points to repeat my last game.
Mills with it. He averages a bit over 6 points a game. And it goes out of bounds. That one is off Zeller.
And a moment here to check out the stats for Lynn. He's putting up 6 points a night, 3 assists, and 2 rebounds. And when he takes over at the point, he really keeps the offense flowing.
Well, his skill set is solid. He's a good ball handler. He makes good decisions in playmaking. He's really the ideal backup.
Well, there you go. I mean, if they're going to keep giving up open jumpers, they're going to keep getting burned.
Here's Freak. From outside, off the mark. San Antonio's gone into a slump here from three-point range, shooting just 1 of 5 here in the third.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that.
Well, small forwards that can rebound the ball, such an asset to any team in the NBA. With now a look at the top rebounding wingmen. The fourth spot held by Kawhi Leonard.
And maybe they're not the biggest or strongest players in the front court, but that hasn't limited their ability to get in there and mix it up and come up with a lot of rebounds night in and night out.
I think you've got to look at their athleticism. I mean, they make up for all the size and bulk they may give away to the post specialists. And really, that's how they're able to compete in there. Athleticism gives them an edge.
Ginobili with the three. Zeller grabs the board. Hornets trail by 8. Courtney Lee is on the wing. Charlotte moving it around. Picked by Zeller. Lynn kicks to Freak. Tries a three. Can't get it to go. Good work defensively by Ginobili. And San Antonio shooting 45% from the field since coming out of the locker room at halftime. Down low and stolen by Zeller. To the right side. Here's Freak. Charlotte no good that time either.
What?
Spurs leading by 8.
Clearly a 2-for-1 situation here, guys.
Oh, without question, Greg. I mean, the wise move would be to get themselves a quick shot so they have an opportunity to get that 2-for-1.
Over in the corner, Lee. Pass to Zeller. Leonard against Lee. To the inside. Bills with the steal. The pass to Diaw. Ginobili outside. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. The Spurs have looked good at the line tonight. They're perfect in 4 attempts. And he can't get the first one. And the Hornets making 2 shots. Here's Walker. Kidd Gilchrist and Williams are at the forward spots. Freak is out there with Kemba Walker. And it's Jefferson in at the 5 down low. So that's the lineup for Charlotte.
Check out the game for Freak. He has 9 points, and from long range, he's hit 1 3-pointer.
And when it's all said and done, I got a sneaky suspicion he's going to have a few more. And even though they're down, they are putting on a show at the free throw line.
Yeah, they're making the most of their opportunities at the stripe, and they'll need to keep it up to take the lead.
Parker kicks to Leonard. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Parker. Parker's got 6 assists now in the game.
And he could be the guy to put this game out of reach.
Freak. And it's wide right. Hits off the rim.
Their rebounding has been off the charts today, guys. Reason number 1, this game is out of hand.
Exactly, Clark. Their lead is not surprising given their advantage on the backboard.
Ginobili gets the bucket. Ginobili's got 9 points here in the second half.
Another gap in the defense found there, and they've really had their number today.
Jefferson, and fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2. Tim Duncan picks one up.
And watching Al Jefferson over the years, he can be dominant and be efficient in doing it. For all the points he's piled up, he's always been around a 50% shooter. And for all the times he's handled the ball, his turnover rate is relatively low. So that's giving your team good quality possession.
Parker dishes to Leonard. Takes a big high bounce and goes in. Leonard's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Boy, they are passing the ball very crisply right now.
They really are, and their last 3 buckets have come by way of an assist.
That's good. 21 points now in the game for Walker. Talking about Jefferson, it's not just his efficiency with the scoring. He's efficient, Clark, with his time on the floor. He's always producing a block shot here, a steal there, of course. All the rebounds. He covers every base.
Yeah, the data analytics folks rely on percentages to measure efficiency. But just as important as overall production per minutes played, Big Al excels there.
And Freak gets it to go on the assist by Jefferson.
All right.
Jefferson's got 3 assists tonight.
And guys, what we saw here tonight is one side having everything going